Hello Year 3, hope you're all well and had a lovely weekend. Today we are talking all about fossils. Have you ever seen one? Well, lucky for you, we have a couple of examples here. Here is one fossil. Can you make out what that shape is in there? It's a claw. And another one, what do you think this is? That is actually a fossil of some poop. But what is a fossil? A fossil is the preserved remains or the imprint in a rock, like you see here, of a once living thing. That could be claws, teeth, or bones. And fossils are what we see of ancestors or creatures that are still living today. Or they could also be the fossils of creatures that actually exist in the world that we know now. Fossils are really, really important because they tell us all about evolution. What do fossils tell us about? They tell us about how evolution happened. But how are fossils made? There are 5 stages. Step 1. We have our animal, I'm sure some of you recognise this, and our animal dies and ends up in the sea. What then happens is it gets covered by a layer of rock. So we can just see our animal poking out there. Step 2. Over more time, the layers of rock cover up the animal, and the only thing that remains, what do you think it is? The only thing that remains is the bones, except with mould fossils, and in that case, with mould fossils, the bones also decay, so they're not there anymore. Step 3. Water gradually trickles into the sediment and into the animal remains. These replace the once living parts of the animal and turn them into solid rock. This process is called permineralization. What's it called? Permineralization. Thank you. Tell me on 3 in a whisper. 1, 2, 3. Permineralization. Fantastic. Step 4. Over a long, long time, the sea recedes in some places. That means it draws back. And step 5, as erosion happens, our fossil will gradually become exposed. We talked a bit about erosion last time. It's where parts of the rock will be weathered away, perhaps by the water, as in this case, in the sea. So there we are, our rocks are weathering away, and our fossil will gradually appear as the erosion happens. Of course, because our animal was a duck, our fossil would be in the shape of a duck, unlike this one. But we're just using this as an example. Okay then, so do you remember the 5 stages of how to make a fossil? Have a go at the task on your sheet and try and put the pictures in order of how a fossil is made and write a sentence describing each of those stages. Fancy a challenge? Why don't you try making your own fossil? There's an example video that you can follow to try and make one, and we'd love to see the fossils that you are able to make at home. But if you not able to do that, then of course you can try a Purple Mash quiz on fossils to test your knowledge of them and see if you can learn anything else. Okay then, best of luck. See you next time.